The air itself feels heavy with judgment. You stand in the center of the Grand Tribunal chamber. A single platform holds you under a piercing white light. Below you, a void. Around you, the silent council members sit in ascending tiers. They are a library of alien life. Beings of crystal and gas and chitinous armor. Every eye in the colossal chamber is on you. They call you the Peacekeeper. That was your title. Your whole purpose was to build bridges between worlds. You were the first human to hold such a rank. Now, they use the title as an insult. A bitter irony they whisper in their strange languages. You stand accused of galactic treason, accused of shattering the very peace you swore to protect. Your formal wear feels more like formally constricting. You keep your face a mask of calm. Inside, your thoughts race. How did it come to this? One cycle ago, you were negotiating trade routes. You were celebrated. Today, you are a pariah, the symbol of humanity's supposed fall from grace. The silence stretches, a deliberate tool of pressure. They want you to break. They want you to confess. You will not give them the satisfaction. You look up at the highest tier, at the gallery of faces staring down. None of them look friendly. Some look angry. Some look afraid. Most just look disappointed. That might be the worst look of all. The hope they once had in your species has curdled into suspicion. You are Exhibit 1 in the case against humanity. The silence finally breaks. A sound like 1,000 glass chimes echoes. A figure of pure, brilliant light descends from the ceiling. It has no face, no limbs. It is a focused pillar of energy. The Judicator. It hovers before you, its radiance washing the chamber in a sterile glow. It speaks. Its voice is not a sound you hear with your ears. It is a pressure that forms words inside your mind. Order. There will be order. The voice is calm, impossibly powerful. It feels ancient. It feels absolute. The case before this council is clear. The species known as human has violated Concordance 7. They have engaged in an unprovoked act of war. They have destabilized the Orion Spur. The Judicator's light seems to brighten with each declaration. Your species is a threat. Its rapid expansion is a danger. Its ambition is a poison. For too long we have watched. We have hoped for maturity. We have been rewarded with violence. The judgment resonates through every being in the chamber. There is no room for argument in its tone. It is not presenting a theory. It is stating a fact. These chairs were not designed for human spines. Or maybe they were, by an enemy. Therefore, the Judicator continues. A preliminary sentence is declared. The human species will be contained. Their star lanes will be blockaded. Their communication with the galactic community is hereby severed. Pending final verdict. The light pulses. A final, damning period on the statement. You feel a cold dread wash over you. This is it. This is how your entire civilization gets put in a box. Because of a lie. The Judicator's light dims slightly. It turns its non-existent gaze to a side platform. Let the witness approach. A new figure rises into the light. It is a Xylon, tall and slender, covered in iridescent blue and green feathers. Its arms are long, ending in sharp black talons. It shivers, its feathers ruffling with fear or rage, or both. It is a striking and tragic figure. The Xylon ambassador, known as Kree, begins to speak. Its voice is a high-pitched, musical keen. It speaks of fire and ruin. It describes a peaceful convoy of its people. Medical ships. Food transports. A pilgrimage fleet carrying 100,000 souls. They were on a journey to their sacred moon. A journey they never completed. Kree's voice cracks with sorrow. It describes an ambush. Ships appearing from nowhere. weapons of a design it had never seen. But the energy signatures were unmistakable. The Council's own archives confirmed them. They were human weapons on human ships. It paints a picture of betrayal. The humans they had just signed a treaty with had turned on them. They call this justice. I call it a Tuesday with bad catering. The Zealand story reaches its climax. It turns its head slowly, its large black eyes fixing on you. Its feathers stand on end. One long, trembling arm lifts. A single black talon extends, pointing directly at you. The butcher was there. That human. That peacekeeper. I saw their ship, the Olive Branch, watching as our homes burned. Watching and doing nothing. The accusation hangs in the air, lethal and sharp. A wave of murmurs ripples through the council. The Xylan's testimony is powerful. It is emotional. It feels true. The judicator's light remains steady, impassive. But you can feel the weight of every mind in the room pressing down on you. They see you now through the Xylan's eyes, a monster hiding behind a peaceful title. The judicator turns its attention back to you. You have heard the accusation. You may speak. This is your only chance. You take a deep breath, the recycled air tasting stale. You let the silence settle again, but this time you own it. You stand a little straighter. The weight of your entire species rests on your next words. You meet the invisible gaze of the judicator. Then you look to the grieving Xylan. Your voice, when it comes, is quiet. But it is steady, and it fills the chamber. Judicator, honored council members, I am a peacekeeper. My life has been dedicated to understanding. My mission is to prevent the very horror that Ambassador Kree has described. You choose your words with immense care. You are not just defending yourself. You are defending billions of lives back home. Billions of people who have no idea this is even happening. I grieve for the Xylan people. Their loss is a stain on this galaxy. What happened to their fleet was an atrocity, an act of pure evil. You pause, letting the sincerity of your words sink in. But that evil was not human. You turn your gaze to the accuser. Ambassador, I was not there. The Olive Branch was docked at a starbase 70 light-years away. This can be verified. This is a fact. The Xylan shrieks a short, angry note. Lies. All human words are lies now. The judicator's light flares slightly. Enough. Peacekeeper, your alibi is noted. It is also irrelevant. Your personal location does not absolve your species. The evidence is not limited to one testimony. It is material. It is absolute. A new energy fills the chamber, a low hum that you can feel in your bones. The judicator makes a gesture you cannot see. The space in the middle of the chamber shimmers. A vast, three-dimensional image springs into existence. It is a hologram of a battle's aftermath. Wreckage tumbles through the blackness of space. The twisted hulls of ships are still glowing with residual heat. You recognize the elegant, curved designs of Xylan vessels. They are shattered, broken, and among them you see other ships, human ships, a flotilla of them. Their weapon ports are open, their energy signatures, visualized as faint blue ghosts, match the damage on the Xylan fleet. The hologram is detailed. It is seamless. It shows a human fleet floating victorious over the smoking ruins of the convoy. There is no ambiguity. There is no other way to interpret it. I'm just a peacekeeper. My main weapon is a very firm handshake. The judicator's voice fills your mind again. This projection was compiled from 17 different sensor logs. It is from independent sources across the sector, All of them show the same thing. Human ships under your command structure, destroying the Xylan fleet. Explain this. Human. The demand is cold. It is a challenge. How can you explain the impossible? How can you deny a picture that is worth 1,000 lies? You stare at the hologram. Your heart sinks. It is a perfect fabrication. Too perfect. The placement of the ships, the scorch marks, everything is exactly as it would be. Everyone in this room sees undeniable proof. They see humanity caught red-handed. You force yourself to look closer, to push past the despair, to search for a flaw, a seam, a mistake. Your mind races, sifting through star charts, battle tactics, physics. Your eyes scan the background of the gruesome scene, the field of stars behind the wreckage. That's it. That's the key. You lean forward slightly, your eyes narrowing. You trace the constellations, the familiar patterns of the Orion Spur. You find the Azure Nebula, the twin giants of Cantor, and then you see it. A tiny detail. A single, inconsequential error that changes everything. Behind the burning human ships, you see the Corsair's Cross, a famous 4-star arrangement. But in the hologram, it is depicted to the left of the nebula. From this sector, at this time of the cycle, it should be on the right. It is a small error, a mistake of star science that only a seasoned pilot would notice. A forger working from a 2-dimensional star map might make it, but reality would not. A surge of adrenaline cuts through your fear. It is a flicker of hope in an ocean of darkness. The hologram is a lie, a brilliant, expensive, and incredibly convincing lie. But a lie nonetheless. You know it. Now you just have to convince a room full of angry aliens who have already made up their minds. Their logic is about as straight as a cosmic noodle. Easy. You raise your hand. The gesture is small, but it commands attention. Judicator, that evidence is false. A murmur of outrage sweeps the council. The Xylan ambassador lets out a hiss of contempt. You dare call our suffering a falsehood? You keep your eyes on the being of light. The hologram is a fabrication. A clever one, but a fabrication all the same. Look at the star field. The Judicator seems to pause. The hologram freezes. Look behind the lead human destroyer. The star formation known as the Corsair's Cross. It is in the wrong position. From this vantage point, it cannot be there. It violates the basic laws of starborne navigation. The image is a composite. It is fake. Your voice rings with newfound confidence. The chamber falls silent. The council members look at the hologram, then at their data pads. You can hear the faint clicks and whirs of them checking their own charts. A few of them start to murmur to each other. You have planted a seed of doubt, a tiny, uncomfortable seed. The Judicator's light seems to flicker for a fraction of a second. Explain your theory. Human. What are you proposing? You have their attention. This is the moment to push. You propose the impossible. You propose a conspiracy. Humanity did not attack the Xylans. We were framed. Another force, a hidden player, attacked both fleets. They used ships that looked like ours, or they manipulated the sensor logs. They created this entire event to drive a wedge between our species, to spark a war that would consume us both. The council chamber erupts. The idea is outrageous to them. Who would have such technology? The ability to perfectly mimic a fleet, to fool the sensor nets of an entire sector. Who would have the motive? It sounds like a desperate fantasy, a child's excuse. The Xylan ambassador screeches. The human adds insanity to its list of crimes. It tries to blame shadows. The Judicator's light intensifies. demanding silence once more. Your claim is extraordinary. It borders on delusion. A shadow fleet is not a credible defense. It is a phantom. You have offered no proof, only a minor astronomical anomaly, an anomaly that could be a sensor glitch. It is not enough. The hope you felt begins to fade. You played your only card, and it was not enough. The verdict is unchanged. But then, something happens. Something that has not happened in 500 standard years. The great bronze doors at the back of the chamber slide open. They open with a deep groan of ancient machinery. A new light spills into the chamber, a soft, golden light. Every head turns. All activity ceases. Even the judicator's pillar of energy seems to still itself in deference. A figure emerges from the doorway. It is impossibly old. It moves with a slow, deliberate grace that speaks of eons. It is a being from a species long thought to have passed into myth. Its body is crystalline, faceted like a diamond. Its mind is a legend. It is the last of the Elder Ones. Its presence here is so unexpected, so monumental, that the entire trial comes to a dead stop. An ancient being shows up. Great. I hope he brought snacks. The Elder Ones does not walk. It floats an inch above the floor. It glides silently toward the center of the chamber. It comes to a stop not far from your platform. It does not look at you. It does not look at the judicator. It simply exists. Its crystalline form gently refracting the light. No one speaks. No one dares. The arrival of an elder, one changes everything. They only observe. They never, ever interfere. Until now. Then, it communicates. Not with words. Not with pressure like the judicator. A thought blooms in every mind in the room. A shared image. It is a gift and a command. See what I have seen. The chamber and the trial and your own body seem to melt away. You are no longer on a platform. You are in the cold blackness of space. You are witnessing the battle. But this time, you are seeing the truth. The vision is not a clean holographic recording. It is raw, chaotic, terrifying. You see the Xylan convoy, peaceful and serene. Then you see the human patrol fleet, your people, on a routine sweep of the sector. The two fleets are unaware of each other. They are separated by a gulf of empty space. There is no conflict. There is no tension. There is only the quiet hum of the void. Then, it begins. A shimmering in the darkness, like heat haze over a desert road. The space between the two fleets begins to warp. From out of this distortion, ships emerge. They are black, matte black, devouring the light. They have no markings, no windows, no identity. They are specters, a shadow fleet, just as you claimed. Your impossible theory is staring you right in the face. The vision is horrifyingly clear. The shadow ships open fire, but they do not attack just one side. They split their volleys. One wave of energy lances out and strikes the Xylan convoy. The peaceful ships erupt in silent fireballs. At the exact same moment, another wave of energy, modified to look like Xylan weaponry, slams into the human patrol ships. The scene descends into chaos. Both fleets are under attack. Both are being destroyed. The Shadow Fleet moves with brutal efficiency. It is a slaughter. They are not fighting a war. They are performing an execution. They fire on the human ships. They fire on the Xylan ships. They sow destruction and confusion. Then, as quickly as they appeared, they shimmer and vanish. They leave behind only wreckage and a carefully crafted crime scene, a scene that points human and Xylan against each other. The vision fades. You are back in the chamber. The air is thick with stunned silence. Every being in the room just witnessed the same truth. The hologram showed a lie. The elder, one showed what truly happened. The seed of doubt you planted has bloomed into a forest of uncertainty. No one is looking at you with hatred anymore. They are looking with confusion, with dawning horror. You look at the judicator. The pillar of light is wavering. Its perfect form seems to be struggling to maintain its shape. It is a being of pure logic and order, and its entire case has just been vaporized. The foundation of its judgment has turned to dust. You can feel its shock, its recalculation. Maybe its power source needs a new battery. Then you look at the Xylan ambassador, Kree. The feathers on its neck are flat. Its sharp talons are curled into fists. It stares at the empty space where the vision played out. Its eyes are wide with a terrible new understanding. Its people were not betrayed by their new allies. They were murdered by a ghost, an old, unseen enemy. Its anger has not vanished. It has simply changed its address. The council is in chaos. Beings are chittering and murmuring in 100 different tongues. The solid, unshakable verdict is now a mess of questions. The elder, one has not moved. Its silent presence is a testament to the truth it revealed. It offered no explanation, no commentary. It simply showed what was. And in doing so, it has given you an opening, a tiny sliver of a chance. You know this is your moment, your final opportunity to turn the tide. You cannot let this confusion settle back into suspicion. You must act now. You raise your voice, projecting it across the stunned chamber. Judicator, you have seen the truth. We have all seen it. Humanity is innocent. But this is not enough. Knowing the truth and achieving justice are two different things. This shadow fleet must be found. This forgotten syndicate must be brought into the light. The elder, one has shown us the what, but it has not shown us the who or the why. These are questions that must be answered. For the sake of the Xylan dead, for the sake of the human dead, for the sake of the peace we all claim to cherish. You step to the very edge of your platform. You feel a new strength, the strength of vindication. But you know it is not enough. You must offer more than words. You must offer action. So you make the ultimate gamble. Send me. Let me be the one to hunt them. I am a peacekeeper. But I was a soldier first. I know how to track an enemy. I will find this shadow fleet. I will uncover who they are, and I will bring them to justice. You stake your life and the fate of your people on this one promise. Let me prove our worth. The chamber falls silent again. Every eye is on you, then on the judicator. You have thrown down a challenge. You have offered yourself as the instrument of their newfound need for justice. It is a wild, desperate plea, but it is also a concrete plan. Find the invisible ships. Easy enough. It is more than anyone else in the chamber is offering. They are still reeling from the revelation. You are already thinking about the solution. The judicator's light stabilizes. It grows in intensity, not with anger, but with focus. Your proposal is unorthodox, Peacekeeper. The voice in your mind is heavy with consideration. The risk is extreme. The chance of success is small. The enemy you describe is capable of deception on a galactic scale. To send one human in one ship is a fool's errand. But, the judicator continues, it is also the only path forward. This council cannot act on a vision alone. We require proof. Hard evidence that can be presented and verified. You are offering to acquire this proof. You are willing to stake your life on it. The light seems to consider you from all angles. Very well. The council grants your request. A wave of relief so powerful it almost makes your knees buckle. But there are conditions. You will be given one ship, minimal supplies, no military support. You will be acting as an independent agent, not as a representative of the human species. And you have a time limit. One standard galactic rotation, 27 of your Earth days. If you do not return with undeniable proof of this shadow fleet in that time, the original sentence will stand. Humanity will be sealed off forever. The weight of the galaxy settles back onto your shoulders. One ship, 1 month. It's an impossible task, a suicide mission. But it is a mission. It is a chance. You nod your head, a single, sharp motion. I accept the terms. The judicator pulses once. Then the verdict is a fact. The trial is suspended. Go, human. Find your shadows, or lead your people into darkness. I haven't even finished my laundry from the last trip. The transport beam returns to life, encasing you in light. The chamber and its stunned occupants vanish. You find yourself back in a sterile white waiting room. A guard drone hovers silently by the door. The trial is over. Your quest is about to begin. You are being led not to a cell, but to the docking bay. As you walk through the silent corridors of the great station, your mind is already racing. Where do you even begin? As you approach the airlock to your ship, a figure steps out of the shadows. It is Kree, the Zealan ambassador. You tense up, expecting more accusations, more anger. But its posture is different. The feathers are calm. The eyes are not filled with hate, but with a deep, profound sorrow. It holds out one of its 3-fingered hands. In it is a small, dark data crystal. The Shadow Fleet, it says in its musical voice, is not a new thing. It is an old story my people tell to frighten their young. A forgotten syndicate from the dark ages of the galaxy. We thought they were a myth, a legend to explain why the void is so dangerous. It seems the myths were real. Its voice is low, conspiratorial. The Council will not help you. Their pride was wounded today. They will hope you fail, just to prove they were right to be suspicious. You look at the Xylan. An hour ago, it wanted you dead. Now it is offering help. It pushes the data crystal into your hand. This is all we have. Fragmentary sensor readings from centuries ago. Old star charts marking phantom energy signatures. It is not much, but it is a place to start. A place far from the eyes of the Council. Find them, human. Avenge my people, and yours. With that, it turns and melts back into the shadows. You look down at the crystal in your palm. It feels heavy. It is the first piece of your impossible puzzle, an unlikely alliance formed in the ashes of a shared tragedy. You pocket the crystal and step through the airlock. Your ship awaits. The Solitude. A small, unarmed diplomatic courier. Its name has never felt more appropriate. The outer doors of the docking bay slide open. The void awaits. A vast, beautiful, and terrifying expanse of stars and darkness. Somewhere out there, an enemy hides. An enemy that nearly started a galactic war. An enemy you now have to find. You walk to the cockpit and sit in the pilot's chair. The ship hums to life around you. Your search for truth begins now. The fate of your entire species rests on this journey into shadow. Your search for truth is humanity's last hope. You engage the engines. The journey begins.